There, you may have noticed my output this month has been kind of low. It's because I gotta work a job. Maybe support the Patreon? Maybe I won't have to do that. Alright, this is a commission for KoreySonicfan22 on DeviantArt. He wanted E123 Omega. So, I made this guy before, but let's do him again. The base figure would, of course, be Pipes, because he couldn't find an Optimus Prime figure, and Pipes is the exact same mold, so there you go. The figure does come apart pretty easily along all the ball joints, although I did have to take my Dremel to the truck, what do you call that? The grill. The truck grill. I had to cut that off because it's pinned on, and I didn't want to have to go through knocking out the pin, and you know, it works better. Okay, so when you build up Omega's body, you gotta do so in stages. First, I make that little ring thing with his, I'm gonna go ahead and call it his chin, because I don't know what else you would call it. And then once that's all settled all around, then I build in his abs, which goes underneath the pec ring. And this ab ring also supports the little rocket packs on the back. Then I make his head. His head is built around Pipes' head, so it can still turn around a bit on the neck joint. And he also has his little crotch and butt thingy. I hate that I called it that, but I don't really know what else you would call that thing. Moving along to the rest of his body, we have the shoulders. Again, they only need to be built out a little bit more. And then the forearms, which use the most original material. It is one of those big axles from a Lego kit, along with a little thing that goes into the end and can serve as a wrist peg. And then, you know, the hand and everything is sculpted on. And then everything is filled in with the ball-jointed elbow from the figure, you know, attached at the end of everything. Then painted up, you have what looks like Omega's forearms. Of course, since this is Pipes and not Optimus Prime, the inside of the elbow joint ends up blue instead of red. But you know, you can't paint joints; it just peels off. That's the one downside to using Pipes instead of Optimus. Okay, so this guy wanted Omega to have his badass minigun hand. So I went ahead and made one, because I only had one spinning axle part. Some miscellaneous plastic fodder for the gun barrels, and, you know, you can just plug and play. We'll see this later on, but for now, let's make the legs. This is all of the original Optimus legs below the knee that I kept, Pipes legs. So you can see there's some polycap ball joints there that will make the ankles. And I cut off everything except for the ball joint of the kneecap itself. So resculpted to look like Omega's legs, and repainted also for the purpose of looking more like Omega's legs. We move on to the feet, which are completely sculpted. And you can see the ball from the polycap sticking out. And a studious observer might have noticed the cap from the polycap sticking out of the bottom of the leg. So, with the arms and legs done, you'd think that Omega is ready to go, but he does have his little robo-belt thing. Again, it's just a circular piece from a Gundam model kit sprue, which I cut off and then sculpted the little thing on. Then I needed the hip skirts, and this delayed the project by a month. Yeah, I was supposed to get an order from Bricklink where I would get a 2x1 plate modified with a handle on the side, and another 2x1 plate modified with a clip on the side, and that's how you make Omega's hip skirts. But the Bricklink seller accidentally sent me the wrong part. He only sent me the clip one, but he didn't send me the handle one. So I ended up having to improvise with some other parts that I found. These are the ball joint plates. And they still kind of work the same way, so now we have ball-jointed hip skirts instead of swivel-jointed hip skirts. I'm sure some people like that. So yeah, make the hip skirts out of them, and then let's take a look at the completed Omega figure when everything is attached. Now, this may be my third Omega, and it might be the second time I've made Omega using this basic recipe. You know, the only difference being Pipes instead of Optimus, but it's still the same Transformer mold. But I gotta say, I still love this thing. It still looks freaking amazing. I mean, it's just that this is a cool looking action figure even before I go ahead and make it into the big Sonic robot guy. So, you know, it's just, It's Omega! He looks so cool! I really, really love this thing. If I had the time, I'd make some of these for myself, but, you know, why spend... These take a long time to make. Like, even without waiting for those hip skirts, this would have been a project that took a couple weeks. Anyway, you can see right here, the Gatling gun hand. When the you just unplug the hand and then you can plug it on. It can go on either arm. And yeah, that's Omega with a swappable accessory, of all things. Alright, so up next is going to be a much simpler character, so, you know, stay tuned for that. This is Wake Angel 2001, and I'm signing off.